Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Boardmasters with me, Chris Mullins, and today we will be having a quick look at Ni No Kuni 2, the board game by Steamforged Games. We'll do a quick unboxing because I think the art on this game is going to be absolutely gorgeous and I really want to showcase it. Basically, it's a game that I bought predominantly because I'm invested in the video game IP. I've got my little music box here from the Ni No Kuni 2 Collector's Edition for PS4 that I've had in my video games backlog for far too many years now. I finally got round to starting the first Ni No Kuni, the PS3 version, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, about 50 hours in, and I had no idea there was a board game from the series until literally Black Friday. It came up in the sales, and because I am finally playing the games and really invested in the IP, I jumped in. I'm not expecting it to be an absolutely groundbreaking game. I know on Board Game Geek it's a 7.1, but I'm hoping because I'm invested in the IP, it will be good fun to play. And for those who don't know, the first Ni No Kuni, The Wrath of the White Witch on the PS3, the artwork was largely done with collaboration by Studio Ghibli, who are absolutely gorgeous. Animators is probably the right word. I can get my tongue tied there. So I'm hoping, although they didn't do the art on Ni No Kuni 2, they did, I think it's level 5 make the game, they did carry on that art style, and I hope that translates across to here. So let's get this open. I don't know if you can get a good view of the board game cover there. I mean, that is gorgeous straight away, and it's got me really hoping the inside is going to be just as pretty. Here we go, let's have a little look. So we've got the rule book there, that's nice and clean and concise. If that's representative of the artwork on the cards, then I think I'm pretty keen on that already. Doesn't appear to be too text heavy. I mean, the whole rulebook is 23 pages long, which isn't too bad, because especially considering the amount of pictures and whatnot. And the first couple of pages are just the content and flavour text. I'll do a bit of flavour text here. So, welcome to Evermore. The kingdom of Ding Dong Dell has fallen. Usurped by DeLorean, a man steeped in evil, Evan Tildrum, former king of Ding Dong Dell, has decided to avoid conflict and build a new kingdom for his people to live in, Evermore. For now, Evermore is a dream, a hope of a bright future. To make this dream a reality, you must work together to build it, complete quests, gain resources, win the citizens round, and you can build your perfect kingdom where all peoples can live in peace and harmony. I like the sound of that. There's a bit more in there, but I'll leave that for the moment. I mean, they're not bad quality, not too thin. They feel not too flimsy at all. I'm quite happy with that. Again, this game in the Black Friday sales was under 20 quid, so it's not going to be up there with the likes of Etherfields and whatnot, but I think that is pretty clear and pretty in decent quality. This here is going to be part of the game board, where you start developing your city, I believe. Again, obviously I've just opened it, so I haven't read through the rules, so I don't know particularly what's going on. But the background art on there is very nice. Hopefully that will build up nicely when you start covering it in cards. You've got some dice. They just look like pretty standard dice in general, and they feel pretty standard. I mean, they are very pretty with the sun on there in place of the 6. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the game. And we have some miniatures. Let's see if I can get into these. So these will be the 4 characters that you're playing. I know one of them obviously is Evan, the usurped king, and the star of the music box in there, I'm assuming. And there's Evan there. I don't know if you'll get a good view of that. Again, I'll try and get some better shots for the B-roll. And I'm guessing these 2 characters are the 2 that you'll see in the music box stood alongside Evan once he's been crowned. So again, no idea who they are at this point. I'm hoping to get onto the PS4 game in a few days once I've finished off the first one. And again, decent quality miniatures for the price. Decent amount of detail on there, I'm happy with those. Got some cards here, so again we've got the deposed king Evan. Once per turn, Evan can exchange any 2 resources. So obviously there's going to be lots of resource management, planning, and I like the fact it's co-op. I don't have an awful lot of co-op games at the moment. Got a couple. So Raylan Crane, Tanny, and Bracken Meadows. Okay. Auntie Martha's Scrubber. I mean, that's made me chuckle straight away. I like the art is very representative of the games. I do like the look of that. It's nice and clean. Not such a big fan of the big white space at the bottom. It feels like they could have, oh, I guess they're using that for text on some cards. But again, there seems to be a lot of empty space that they maybe could have done something with. But that's a sort of minor bit. These must be the buildings you can build that go on the board. Again, a much better use of the space on those, I think, because there's not too much dead space. Yeah, like the artwork on there. It's very, very pretty. And that's just some packets. So we've got some more buildings. The Humble Bazaar. This I assume is from Al Mamoon, which is a city in the first game which you spend a lot of time in. They sell their babanas as opposed to bananas. And the actual video games are one of the few that seem to showcase British voice talent, really. I mean, Mr. Drippy is one of the main characters in the first one. He's very obviously Welsh, and that is an accent you don't hear very often, particularly in video games. And it's been a really fun little experience, because usually whenever it's British voice acting in a game, it's that sort of faux royal plum in mouth speech. So to hear an actual regional accent has been a real pleasure, and he's really good fun. Again, just more pretty art on all these buildings. Looking forward to getting to know this one. This is one as well that my son has expressed an interest because he's seen me play in the original and loves the art. I mean, it does say 14 plus on the box and he's only 7, so it may be a bit too advanced for him. I don't know if there's a way of simplifying it, but I'll have a look into that, because if I can get him playing, then that's an absolute win for me. And these, I'm guessing, are the enemies. Wampster Banger. And I do like the way the enemies in the game sort of level up as you go and have some quite amusing designs and names. And it looks like some of these, that is carried on in this. I'm assuming these are the designs that tally with the PS4 game, but I'll find out a bit more about that once I start the game. But again, I think they do a much better job on these enemy cards than they did on the original character cards. I said there's a lot of white space on those, whereas these are absolutely gorgeous, I think, and every millimetre of the card seems to be in use. Again, I'll try and get some better shots to go over the footage here, but that is basically everything that we have in Ni No Kuni 2, the board game. Again, one I bought on an impulse out of my love for the IP as much as anything, but I'm really looking forward to playing it. I think it does do a good job of carrying over the art style. It's very pretty. The miniatures have got some good detail on them, and again, for under 20 quid, I'm certainly very happy with what we've got here, and I will feed back to you on how good the game is. I may even get a gameplay video up at some point. But if you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below, and I hope to see you again. Have a good one. Bye bye now.